we're sinking, we're going down with the ship. It's like the Titanic at the moment. I predicted this like a couple of years ago when the first season of The Mandalorian came out, and I started really getting into the whole Hasbro Star Wars collecting again. And I just was wondering to myself how in the heck the company could possibly keep up with the demand when the supply was so all over the place. And, you know, especially with like new content coming out. I mean, it's always been like a little bit difficult for Hasbro, who have been doing this for over 30 years, by the way. They mass produce Star Wars action figures, you know, for a very long time. And you've got the original trilogy fans that you have to satisfy, and now you've got the prequel fans that you have to satisfy, and you've got the animation fans that you have to satisfy, and now on top of that you've got all the new stuff from Disney Plus and you know, the Filoniverse, as it's called. So I just think sometimes I think that Hasbro's bitten off more than it can chew, and it can't really handle the, you know, like moving forward. And this is like kind of what I wanted to talk about today was ambiguity. Like before, it was really clear with Hasbro where they stood with their product. You know, is it low end, is it mid range, or is it a high end product? But we know that they've gone from being toys which kids play with to now being adult collectibles, and some people collect in the box and some people take them out and customize and, you know, do action figure posing and all kinds of stuff. But this whole new adult niche, this community has like really blossomed over the last like 5-10 years, and it's like Hasbro can't keep up with the trend. Like they can't keep up with what's happening in the community. A good example of that is you know, this week we got a lot of new images released to us, but not through Hasbro, it was through a different channel. So now, instead of Hasbro doing a live stream and then introducing their new products, they will have to rely very heavily on people like Yakface and Bosk's Bounty and Fanfatrax and, you know, the other creators on social media who support the collectors. And I love all of those guys who do that, by the way. I got a lot of respect for them. But, you know, we shouldn't really be I feel like has Hasbro completely lost the contact like with the customer? Like, why would you do that? I'd rather see them like improve their live streaming skills and, you know, be more accountable, like directly accountable to the retailers and the collectors, you know. Hasbro has always been, like for Star Wars action figures, it's been like a low-end product because, you know, with, remember when McFarlane first came out and everyone went crazy about that, the statues, and they were like, oh, it's so cool, look at the detail, look at the paint, oh my god. And people started to pay a lot more money for their merchandise, you know, like you would buy like a helmet or you'd buy a statue, and you spend like a lot. And now we've got Hot Toys and we've got Beast Kingdom and Sideshow collectibles, and people pay mega bucks. And that's okay, because those companies, they are not ambiguous at all. They are very clear about, we are high-end Star Wars merchandise, and these do cost a lot of money, and you will get value for money because they are expensive, and they do cost a lot to produce. And so I think that's fair, you know. But with Hasbro, you never know, wait, so you're advertising this as, is this a kid's toy or an adult's collectible? And is it low end, is it mid-range, or is it high end? And I'm sorry, I'm confused. So this needs to be cleared up as well. It seems like Hasbro are moving more in the direction of trying to make their Black Series and TVC more high-end. They seem to have more elaborate play sets and more exclusives, you know, bigger packaging, and they're costing, there's a lot of the price hikes recently. Oh my god, you know, if you want to pre-order these things, they cost a lot of money, and also they make you wait longer as well to make you feel, ooh, so special. But yeah, coming soon in 2025, something to look forward to, or maybe something to forget about, because by the time we get to 2025, I'll probably be dead. I'm not waiting that long for like a figure. I just think maybe if something was even a super high-end products, you don't really need to have to wait that long. I mean, so why is Hasbro doing this? I don't get it. Yeah. And also the technology involved in making the action figures themselves. Obviously, over time, it will change. So, you know, everybody makes fun of the Power of the Force 2 collection because they look like they're on steroids and have big muscles, and they only have 5 or 6 points of articulation and blah, blah, blah. You go, yeah, okay. But at that time, you know, that's how the figures were mass produced, and we just, you know, Hasbro was just using what tools were available to them at that time. Now, obviously, if you're a collector and you've been doing this for many decades, you've seen that the action figures have improved a lot. You know, they've got lots and lots and lots of articulation. They've got removable helmets. The accessories are always better quality. You've got better paint. You've got better, you know, face sculpts. Now you've got the digital face sculpts. But why is that any different than before? Because you still mass produce, and that technology is available to you. So why would the price have to go up double, triple, quadruple than it, you know, compared to before? That doesn't make any sense. Like, a good comparison is right now 3D printing is very much, you know, in the forefront. People are talking about that. A lot of collectors even will invest in their own little 3D printer. But we all know that that is ridiculously expensive right now because it's cutting edge and it's a brand new thing. So, but in the future, 3D printing will become probably very mainstream, and then the prices will come down. So, you know, what Hasbro does is not like that. So I don't understand why their prices go up and up and up and up all the time when the technology actually, relatively speaking, is still the same, when, isn't it? So that's weird. This year, 2022, it's going to be make or break for Hasbro. I just think by the end of this year, so many collectors are going to be utterly fed up with the pre-order system, that they're not getting their figures. Like the time delay between ordering and then actually the figure arriving is just getting, it's surreal now. I mean, it's just, I just don't get it. Like, if you continue down this path, then people are going to start giving. I know there's lots of people already, and they always mention on social media, yeah, I used to collect Black Series and now I quit, and because of the frustration, so I collect McFarlane instead, or I collect Sideshow. So, you know, Hasbro, you need to define yourself. Like, who are you? Who are you now? I don't know you anymore. You've changed. Otherwise, people are going to move. If you try to compete with the other high-end companies like Hot Toys or Sideshow Collectibles, then that would be weird, because they already kind of dominate that end of the market. For me, Hasbro has always been, in my mind, you know, low end to mid range, you know, somewhere between that, and it's always very affordable because I don't have that much money and I have a budget, so I like Hasbro for their affordability. Now, if you start making your toys super exclusive and we can't find them, and there's price hikes, then basically the basis of like all your customers, your collectors, will just start to disintegrate and they will all disappear. All right, so you need to think about that. That's a big shift. Oh, I'm going to put up a picture in my community tab. Like, one of the guys in Hong Kong, he got the Tatooine TVC Boba Fett, Book of Boba Fett, and he opened it up and he's like showing everyone the new, the carded packaging, the box style, because we know that Hasbro are trying to, this is a good thing actually. Hasbro are doing really good on improving their packaging, because they are, they're doing those little box sets for TVC, and also for the new wave, they've got thicker cards as well. I don't know if you guys, that was the news this week, that the card backs for the TVC, because they used to be kind of like a bit too thin, and I would always find that the card backs were too thin and they were easily, like, they would warp or bend, crease. The bubbles, like the way they were stuck on, not that good. Kind of reminded me of the very old Black Series 3.75, which would just like slide off. And so I think Hasbro's making more of an effort with the TVC now. I can very, you know, obviously see that. So, like, good job. But I think with Black Series, man, just okay, this is not the way.